Hello everyone, this is the 4th of November. This is Abe from GameSaru. David, our normal man in charge, is currently either in Japan or still on his way to Japan. We just dropped him off at the airport yesterday. This container has just come in. The drivers just left to go take care of some stuff. We normally do these videos with them pulling in, but they had approached me about some matters that I didn't feel comfortable filming. Just some private stuff on their end. Just keep things private. Bit of a story with this container. We were supposed to get this a few months ago, and there were a bunch of delays. Finally got a delivery order for it, and it was supposed to come Monday. Didn't come Monday for whatever reason, just problems with the dock. Tuesday came around, and as you can see, it's a little bit cloudy now. It's not the greatest weather, but it's fine. It was raining and snowing a few days ago. Because of that, Interstate 80 was closed, or you needed chains to go over the mountain to get to Nevada from California. So because of that, we didn't get the containers yesterday or the day before. So David missed out on this. Unfortunately, missed out on the ability to unload this container. But it's all good. It's all here, better late than never. It's going to be a different kind of video because normally David does the whole thing where we get the work light and we start climbing up and see what we got. And instead of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started on unloading this, and then as things are unloaded, we're going to take a look at what we got here. You can probably see there, light's still good. A whole bunch of stools connected to a whole bunch of U-beats. Sonic Blast Heroes right here. We got parts for a Black DDR. And then way in the back here, you can see that we have a BomberGirl. As soon as the camera focuses in on it. We're going to take a little bit closer look at that once it's unloaded. We'll see you in a bit. Hello again, everyone. As you can see, we've got done with this container. Truck is out. Truckers have been fed. They've been paid. They're taking the trip back to California. Luckily for them, the weather that's supposed to be hitting this area isn't until the end of the weekend, start of next week. So they shouldn't have any problems aside from the usual road construction getting back to where they need to be. At any rate, lots of stuff to go through with this container. We got a whole bunch of the light bars for Black DDRs. We got 4 pairs in total, so we got 4 cabs. I'm strewn about over there. We'll pass by them. Last thing they got unloaded was this guy. If any of you remember the video that we did on Fun Cup, this is made by the same manufacturer. Except instead of a cup noodle that you're throwing balls into, it's a bag of karu. I assume that it's the same premise. The bag opens and closes. One of these boxes has a bunch of balls. Throw the balls into the bag. Get as much in there as you can before time runs out. This might have been the game that they developed immediately after Fun Cup. I'm not too sure. We have a base stage for 2DX. We don't have a 2DX cabinet, just a base stage, which is really weird because the last few containers have had 2DXs. The last few containers have had CHUNITHMs as well. And as we look at this CardConnect machine here, don't know if there's cards in there or card stock or anything like that. But we'll see at a later time. It's probably not. It's probably empty. Yeah, no CHUNITHMs on this container, which is a big surprise. At least to me, at least. I'm so used to seeing them. Here's our lone candy cab of the lot. It's a Blast City with a river service panel, which I haven't seen a lot of these in person. I think this is only the second one. Moving over here, we have 3 of the Dragon Ball Zenkai battles. We got 1, and we got the other 2 back there. We have a pair of Tekken 7s. And if you look back here, we got some spare parts. This looks to be a pop for CHUNITHM. Not sure if you can see where you have the little insert right there where you can put the extra advertisements or notifications for new songs or whatever. Over here we got two of the Black DDRs. We got the third one back here. We got our Lone Project Diva. We only got one of these on this container. And normally when David posts a video, he mentions what stuff that may be interesting, may not be interesting. This, to me, is the most interesting of the bunch. We got a pair of Bombergirls. As far as I'm aware, there's not a lot of these in the United States, so super excited to see them. Obviously, they're fresh off a container, so that means they're not operable. Can't just plug them in and show you the game or anything. But do not be surprised if we post a video in the next coming months going into this game further in detail. Moving on back here, we got one of the pads for the DDRs. The rest of them are back here along with the U-beats. We got some stools attached to each of the U-beats in varying states of repair. Probably all still fine and all still workable, repairable. We got a whole bunch of boxes of parts and extra odds and ends there, and a whole bunch of mats for CHUNITHM. Now I saw this and I thought, oh, it's just like a box and they put a few in them. Oh, no, it's a whole stack. You got a whole stack here, you got a whole stack here. And then if we go back to the Lindberghs that we have in the back here, we got 5 of these. We got little stacks on here as well. And if we looked back here, we have I think that's just one side. Oh, no, it's a full set of replacement side panels for CHUNITHM. Looking back over here, we got we got 2 pairs of Ulixes. We got 2 oranges up front and 2 reds in the back. That's the 5th Lindbergh. And finally, we have the last DDR. As far as I'm aware, I believe 2 or 3 of these are going to go right back out the door. They're going to finally go to some customers who have been patiently waiting. As mentioned before, it's been a bit of an ordeal with this container. So glad to finally have it here and unload it and start having this stuff go out. At any rate, as I take one last walk around the warehouse here, so you can see it's still in kind of a mess, even though we've recently freed up a bunch of space. I want to thank you all for watching. If you tuned in expecting to see some of the normal climbing on top of cabinets stuff that we normally do, unfortunately, I'm not as good of a rock climber as David is. Once he gets back from his trip to Japan and we've got more containers going in, that part of the programming will go on as scheduled. In the meantime, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your support. And we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.